This is why America is sending billions of your taxpayer dollars to support Israel's genocide in Palestine. It starts in 1744 with Mayor Amschel Rothschild. Mayer sends his sons across Europe to establish banks. The Rothschilds had loaned Britain billions by today's standard. Mayer's famous for saying, "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who writes its laws." By the mid-1800s, the Rothschilds start to eye Palestine as a Jewish homeland for their Greater Israel project. Mayer's grandson, Edmund Rothschild, invests $50 million in Palestine. He funds 30 settlements. These become self-sustaining Zionist bases. The Rothschilds' control over Europe is not enough, so they target America. In 1910, bankers including Paul Warburg, whose brother is linked to the Rothschilds, draft the Federal Reserve Blueprint on Jekyll Island, Georgia. President Wilson signs it into law in 1913, creating private control over U.S. money. In 1917, Balfour declares British support for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, addressing none other than Lionel Rothschild. The reason the British support this is because they owe the Rothschilds so much money, the only way they can repay them is with land. In 1948, Ben-Gurion declares Israel a state, giving credit to Edmund Rothschild being essential in creating Zionist strongholds in years prior. This declaration incites the Nakba, which sees 750,000 Palestinians expelled from their homes. President Truman recognizes Israel as a state just 11 minutes after Ben-Gurion's announcement, despite being warned by his own cabinet that this would drag them into endless wars in the Middle East. Why did Truman do this? Pressure from Jewish voters and donors, as well as the pressure of his Jewish friend, Edward Jacobson, not to mention the control the Fed had over the US government. In 1967's Six-Day War, Israel used preemptive strikes to capture Gaza and West Bank, tripling its size. During this Six-Day War, Israel attacks USS Liberty, killing 34 Americans and injuring over 171. The US did nothing about it, except for continue to supply them with weapons and veto UN resolutions. And in modern day, we have Trump accepting $100 million from Miriam Adelson, a Jewish Zionist and dual citizen, whom he asked where her true allegiance lies, and she couldn't answer. AIPAC put $100 million plus into the 2024 election cycle, buying out politicians on both sides. They have Epstein blackmail on everybody. This explains why all our politicians continue to veto a two-state solution, and this also explains why our politicians are letting Israel bomb Qatar, bomb Lebanon, bomb Syria, bomb Iran, and are convincing us that we need to bomb Iran. It doesn't make any sense until you look at the money. And who controls the money? Well, Mayer summed that up perfectly. He controls the money, so he controls the policy. And that is why the United States supports a genocide in Gaza.